Breaking news: Gen Z protests erupt worldwide. A new generation is done keeping quiet. From Tanzania to Kenya to Nigeria to the US and Europe, a massive youth-driven protest wave is now unfolding in real time. And tonight, the world is watching. According to eyewitness videos circulating on TikTok, X, and WhatsApp, thousands of young Mexican protesters, rallying under the banner Generation Z, are demanding an end to corruption, violence, and impunity, triggered in part by the shocking assassination of a reform-minded mayor. But the government is pushing back, and tensions are boiling over. What's driving the movement? The protests were triggered by the November 1st murder of Uruapan Mayor Carlos Manzo, a vocal anti-corruption politician. Gen Z organizers say his death is emblematic of wider violence and political collusion. According to their manifesto, Generation Z Mexico is a nonpartisan, civic, realistic youth movement. Their demands include transparency, justice, security, and deep political reform. Protests spread across more than 50 cities in Mexico, with social media mobilization, TikTok, X, playing a major role. Clashes and consequences. In Mexico City's Zocalo, protests turned violent. Groups of hooded Gen Z demonstrators dismantled barriers around the National Palace. According to authorities, 120 people were injured, about 100 police officers and others were hospitalized. The city's security secretary, Pablo Vasquez, reported 20 arrests. Protesters carried one-piece pirate flags, a symbol many young Mexicans say represents rebellion, freedom, and a rejection of old power structures. Government reaction and backlash. President Claudia Sheinbaum has publicly questioned the movement, claiming it's backed by political operatives, disinformation networks, and even bots. She had metal barricades erected around key government sites like the National Palace to prevent protest escalation. In a tense public statement, she warned about infiltrators disguised among the youth and said security forces would check people under hoods. Why this protest is historic? For many Gen Zers in Mexico, this isn't just a march. It's a battle against systemic violence, corruption, and a political class that seems deaf to youth demands. The movement reflects global Gen Z activism, digital-born, highly networked, and fed up with traditional political structures. Their demands go beyond just another protest. They call for citizen control, a recall mechanism, justice reforms, and real political accountability. What to watch next? Will the government respond with reforms or suppress the movement? Can Gen Z sustain this momentum beyond social media through concrete political change? Will the protests spread to even more Mexican states and attract international youth solidarity? What will be the long-term impact on security policy, corruption investigations, and youth participation in politics? Subscribe to Iconic Edge Media for live updates, analysis, and in-depth coverage, because this may very well be the most important youth uprising in Mexico in decades.